Hey y'all, welcome to another episode. Today I'm going to be starting a multiple part series about how to start a garden, and the first thing that we're going to discuss today is selecting your garden plot / garden location. Let's get into it. So the first question that we have to ask when starting a garden is, where am I going to do it? There are a lot of factors that go into this question, but first off, do you have the space? Do you have a backyard? Maybe you live in the suburbs and you have a big green backyard that gets plenty of sun, but maybe you don't. Maybe you're an apartment dweller and all you've got is a little balcony that you can grow on, or maybe you live on a bunch, on some acreage like we do here, and so space isn't a factor. But that's the first question that we have to ask, is where are we going to do it? And the second thing that you're going to want to ask in regards to where is, how much sunlight does that location get? And so you may think that, oh, this side of my house is the perfect spot for a garden. However, if you don't think about where is the sun shining and the trajectory of the sunlight throughout the day, especially in the spring and summertime, then that spot actually may not get any sunlight at all. And so I would say you need to get a minimum of 6 hours of sunlight. One thing you want to make sure of when you're thinking about where that sun is shining is make sure that there's no trees in the winter time that sun is shining through. And a lot of times if you miscalculate and you're like, oh, well, sun shines here all throughout the winter, when that tree gets all its foliage and the leaves start to come in the springtime, that spot may actually be shaded. And so just be aware of tree cover that you have and how that's going to affect how much sunlight your garden plot gets. Another factor in choosing the garden location is where does the water go? You don't want to choose a spot that's going to be really have poor drainage and there's going to be a lot of water sitting there. If you do have a spot that gets a lot of water sitting there, then building raised beds might be your best bet for that specific location instead of using just your native soil. So if you don't have the space to garden, maybe your backyard is completely shaded, or maybe your apartment patio doesn't face the sun at all and it's shaded all day, there are other options. The very first garden I actually grew was at a community garden. And so that would be my final encouragement to you. If you don't have the space to garden, is to join a community garden and rent out a plot for the year. It's generally pretty cheap and it's a great community environment, and there will be plenty of people there to help you. So I hope y'all found this video helpful. Again, this is the first part of a multiple part series, and next week we're going to be talking about preparing your ground for planting and getting those garden beds perfect and ready to go for those springtime seedlings. And we'll also be discussing your propagation setup, which is basically, how do I start seeds? Where do I do that? And so I'm going to show you my setup and, a pretty cost-effective way to be able to do that. If you did find this video helpful, please click like and subscribe. I put out content every single week. Click the share button, share it with your friends that are wanting to start a garden as well. I'm here to help. If you have any questions, please comment below. My passion is helping you with your garden and your homesteading. And so we will see you next week on the next video.